This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good evening, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for April 6, 2023. And in the news this evening, passenger shot during alleged confrontation with police on Maxfield Avenue. A passenger was shot during an alleged confrontation with the police at a checkpoint at the intersection of Maxfield and Balmoral Avenue on Wednesday night. According to the head of the Public Safety and Enforcement and the Traffic Branch, Assistant Commissioner of Police Gary McKenzie, about 9:15 p.m. on Wednesday, members of the branch acting on information conducted a vehicle checkpoint at the intersection of Maxfield and Balmoral Avenue. Reports are that the police saw a Probox taxi motorcar approaching and signaled the vehicle to stop. While they were conducting investigations, the passenger in the vehicle allegedly brandished a firearm and opened fire at the officers. An officer returned the fire and the passenger was shot. A firearm was reportedly retrieved. What I've noted in the past is that persons have sought to take public passenger vehicles in a bid to transport firearms and other contraband. And as such, we are onto it that we carry out our enforcement responsibilities to keep Jamaica safe, said ACP McKenzie. 65-year-old man dies after being hit by cars in St. Elizabeth. The St. Elizabeth police are probing the circumstances surrounding the death of an elderly man who was hit by two motor cars on the Whitehall Main Road on Wednesday night. The deceased has been identified as 65-year-old James Walters, otherwise called Jim Brown, a tire repairman of Sharika Drive in Whitehall in the parish. The police report that about 8 p.m., Walters was along the roadway when he was allegedly hit by a white motor car that was overtaking another vehicle. He was then hit by a blue motor car. The police were summoned and Walters' mutilated body was found lying on the roadway. The scene was processed and his body was removed to the morgue. The police are appealing to anyone who may have information on the incident to contact the Black River Police at 876-965-2232, Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. Senior Beryllium employee detained in connection with a Portmore robbery. A treasurer officer employed to Beryllium has been taken into custody in relation to last month's multi-million-dollar robbery at a Scotiabank ATM in Portmore, St. Catherine. Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of crime and security, Fitz Bailey, told the news that the suspect was arrested yesterday following a targeted operation in St. Anne. The cops say $500,000 was found in his possession. DCP Bailey said 7 suspects are in custody in connection with the multi-million-dollar heist. One of them has been charged with murder in relation to another case. Earlier this week, 24-year-old Shamar Yee of Fairview Park, Spanish Town, St. Catherine, was hit with 12 charges in relation to the attack on security guards delivering cash to the Scotiabank ATM. The charges include being a participant in a criminal organization, several breaches of the Firearms Act, and robbery with aggravation. Man believed to be involved in Santa Cruz robbery in custody. A man believed to be one of the criminals in this morning's robbery at the supermarket in Santa Cruz, St. Elizabeth, turned up at the Mandeville Regional Hospital with a bullet wound to his foot. Head of the St. Elizabeth Police, Superintendent Kenneth Chin, says it is believed that he shot himself accidentally during the robbery. The man is being interviewed by detectives. The police are searching for the other men involved. The supervisor of the supermarket was assaulted and his firearm stolen by the robbers. Reports are that 5 armed men entered the Fedlin supermarket, more popularly known as a Bondong, about 7:45 and demanded money. The establishment also offers a cambio and bill payment services. The supermarket supervisor was physically assaulted during an attempt by the men to gain access to the Western Union safe, but the supervisor indicated that he did not have the key to the office. He was then robbed of his licensed firearm. The men escaped in a waiting motor car. Frightened eyewitnesses say the perpetrators were young and had no face coverings.
One time we look him and hold him up with the gun, and we know people go, we see the one stand up, but none of them have gone up on their face. Then we have my friend, we drop the broom and we run go up upstairs. We have to go upstairs, go look up in a bathroom. We couldn't do nothing. When me come in, me never even realize, me see man sit down, me see, when me come in and see cashier kneel down, me hear me to a prayer,
Then you don't realize what
Me don't realize that when the boy say, sit down, take a seat and kneel down, girl. God help me just go jump on this. So. Tell one of them asking for the machine, if you up in the machine, me say up in which machine there, you just say, I'm not thinking I come from.
Clarendon man charged with the uncle's murder. The police in Clarendon have charged a 19-year-old man for the fatal stabbing of his uncle during a dispute. He is Christopher Walker, otherwise called Ryan, and the time boss of Mitchelltown. His court date is being finalized. Walker was charged with the murder of his uncle, 51-year-old O'Brien Fraser, otherwise called Barda, a laborer of the same community. Reports from the Maypen police are that about 8:30 p.m. on March 30, Walker was at a bar when he was alerted that his uncle was in the area misbehaving. It is alleged that Walker was trying to send Fraser home when an argument developed and Fraser was stabbed in the neck. He was taken to hospital where he died while being treated. Walker was arrested and later charged. 4 men charged with murder of man whose body was found in barrel. The Kingston Western Police have charged 4 men accused of killing a man and stuffing his body into a barrel on Beeston Street in downtown Kingston last month. The men have been charged with murder and a conspiracy to murder following an investigation into the death of 24-year-old Romario Jones, otherwise called Mary, of 6 Coral Way, Harborview, Kingston 17. Those charged are 34-year-old Ramon Hall, 19-year-old Jaheim Akeem Williams, both of Beeston Street addresses, 29-year-old Andre Chauvin Reed, and the 24-year-old Akeem Sang, a shopkeeper of a Charles Street address. Homicide detectives say Mr. Jones was attacked and beaten to death in a yard in Beeston Street about 1 in the morning. The police raided the yard and reportedly saw 3 of the suspects fleeing the premises. Investigations led to the arrest of the 4 accused. PNP focused on constituents following resignation of MP Hugh Graham. President of the People's National Party Mark Golding has admitted that he is aware of some of the issues which prompted Member of Parliament for St. Catherine Northwest, Hugh Graham, to resign from the shadow cabinet, but said his focus at the moment is ensuring the constituents are represented. Mr. Graham announced his departure from the slate of spokespersons on Monday. He explained that several issues influenced his decision, including plans by a councillor to replace him in the constituency. The party leader says Mr. Graham has a decision to make based on some of his utterances. But Mr. Golding said he was unable to comment on Mr. Graham's claims that he was being undermined. Mr. Graham was the PNP spokesperson on Commerce, Science and Technology.
And as I said, I don't really want to say much about it. We're very committed to Northwest St. Catherine. And, he has been somebody who has served the people as a councillor and then now as Member of Parliament. He's a member of the People's National Party. And as such, I value him as an individual and as a comrade. Now, if he has reached the point where he is having second thoughts, that's entirely up to him. But one way or the other, we will be doing what we need to do to defend the interests of the people and to ensure that the party continues to hold sway in Northwest St. Catherine.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.